Drivers in New York City may be shelling out more money to enter Manhattan, and oil companies have some explaining to do on Capitol Hill. Those stories and more right now. Good afternoon, I'm Adeola Oladele.
And I'm Steve Pacer. Welcome to the New York City News Service at noon. Mayor Bloomberg's plan to charge drivers to enter Manhattan below 60th Street now lies with New York State lawmakers. Yesterday, the City Council approved congestion pricing by a vote of 30-20. The mayor says the plan will reduce traffic and help the environment, but our Emily Meyer spoke with some New Yorkers who aren't so happy about it.
Behind me, the Queensboro Bridge marks the starting point of the new congestion prices. The Department of Transportation says the economy loses $13 billion a year because of heavy traffic. But some drivers say the new plan causes more problems than solutions. Emily Meyer for the New York City News Service.
Drivers are already feeling it at the pump, and a congressional committee spent the day questioning the biggest U.S. oil companies about their profits. Chevron, Mobil, and ConocoPhillips made $123 billion in 2007, but they rejected claims that their profits are out of step with other industries. Oil has remained above $100 per barrel, and a gallon of gas is nearing $4.
There is some positive news on Wall Street to tell you about. On the first day of a new economic quarter, the Dow Jones Industrial Average rose nearly 400 points. Many say a wave of optimism is behind the boost. The market's reaction came after a better-than-expected report on manufacturing activity across the U.S. The big winners of today's rally were the financial stocks Citigroup and JP Chase.
New York State lawmakers now don't expect a budget to be passed until the end of the week. The deadline was midnight April 1st, and budget bills are still being finalized. Some legislation was passed before the deadline, including the health care portion of the spending plan.
In Greenwich Village, a battle is brewing between St. Vincent's Hospital and residents of the downtown neighborhood. Our Anna Lamonta Salisbury spoke with those on both sides of the hospital's plan for expansion.
After 3.5 hours, architects had presented plans, and officials had made statements. Greenwich residents were still waiting to speak. Anna Lamonta Salisbury for the New York City News Service.
The next public hearing is scheduled for April 15th. It's time for a break. When we come back, we'll tell you why President Bush is in Eastern Europe and China sends the Olympic torch around the world. The New York City News Service at noon continues right after this.
Big dreams and good grades aren't enough to get into college. There are actual steps you need to take. Finding someone who can help is the first and most important. For the next steps, go to knowhowtogo.org.
Well, it was supposed to be a historic day at Yankee Stadium, but Mother Nature washed that plan away. Rain postponed the New York Yankees opening day game against the Toronto Blue Jays. This year will be the 84th and final home opener to take place at the current Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Next season, the Yankees move across the street to play in a new $1.3 billion park.
Zimbabwean leader Robert Mugabe is expected to step down as the opposition party claims victory in the presidential election. The official results have not been released, and the U.S. government is urging Mugabe to do so, even if it means losing office. The 84-year-old has been the president of the African nation for 28 years. His opponents say he's responsible for plunging Zimbabwe's economy into turmoil.
China's President Hu Jintao lit the Olympic torch this week in Tiananmen Square to kick off its 130-day journey around the world. The trip begins in Kazakhstan and will cross 18 other countries before returning to China for the Summer Olympics. But the torch seems to have lit another spark as concern over human rights protests in Tibet are increasing. Some world leaders are calling for a boycott of the opening ceremony in August. So far, the White House has said President Bush still plans to attend.
Coming up, they try to play ball in the Bronx, and New York City will be very green if all goes according to Plan NYC. There's more news to come. Stay with us.
What is your problem, man?
You're welcome.
What the heck is wrong with you?
What do you mean?
Don't give me that. All right. What's going on here, fellas?
The missile was about to hit the school. I just acted as fast as I could.
That doesn't change the fact that I don't have a car anymore. Who just throws a person's car at a missile?
You're serious?
Yeah. Who's going to pay for my car?
I guess I could.
Do you even have a real job?
Yes.
Do you have insurance?
I saw the whole thing. Call me.
Some things you can never have too much of, and some New Yorkers can't get enough trees. The Million Tree NYC campaign is painting the town green to the tune of 1 million trees. Here's Salamita with more from the Lower East Side.
Once planted, these trees will do more than stand around looking pretty. Environmentalists say trees will help clean up the New York City air, heavy with traffic pollution.
Today, 1 million doesn't sound like a lot, but there are only 5.2 million trees in New York City. So planting another 1 million is a 20% increase.
The trees will be planted all across the 5 boroughs. To donate or suggest a place where trees should be planted, visit milliontreesnyc.org. I'm Tyler Mitter for the New York City News Service.
And that's a really good idea. I have to think of somewhere to plant a tree now. Well, thanks everyone for watching the New York City News Service. I'm Steve Pacer.
And I'm Adeola Oladele. We'll see you at the same time tomorrow. Nice job, Steve.
Like
You
what?
were so good.